Hello, Internet. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos and Fuck AI.
Fuck
Fuck
AI!
AI!
Fuck AI!
Me and my
I
homies
hope-
hate AI. Specifically Gen AI.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hope
Who
you're
else
ready
hates
for
AI? George Lucas.
Predictive AI, that's fine, because predictive AI is used to save lives. That's a different
Yeah,
thing.
It's
Do you know
true.
who else hates Gen AI? Guillermo del Toro.
Yep.
True.
Yeah, he does. Based,
It's true,
based,
true.
based, based, based.
Del Toro, my beloved.
In this house we stand Guillermo.
But yes, welcome back to another thrilling edition of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos. We're about ready to get into it here, but before we do, let's go around the horn and introduce our players, starting with TheropodArt.
Hi, hello, it's me, ya boy, TheropodArt. I got a sick lizard right now who needs money for drugs. There's a GoFundMe if you wanna help donate to the cause. If you can't donate, that's cool. Share it around. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Other than that, I'm slowly getting back into streaming and stuff. My life is starting to even out after I fucking quit the Amazon job because that was some bullshit. Yeah. Y'all know where to find me. Twitch.tv, TheropodArt, Blue Sky, Tumblr for Affinity, all TheropodArt, Lizard Fun Bags if you want to see the naughty stuff. If you like Friday D&D, come back here on Tuesdays. We do the same shit, different characters, but it's all connected. It's all in the same continuity. It's like the MCU, but better. A friend CU. There you go. There you go. There. That's it. That's me.
Hell yeah. Up next, we've got XanillisGrimm.
Hi, that is me. Do you like TTRPGs? I'm in a lot of them. If you want to see what I'm up to in specific, I post everything I'm doing on my Blue Sky at XanillisGrimm. For now, that's me.
Right on. Up next, we've got Tixdixl.
Hi, that's me. You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixl. In terms of streams, we've got Monday stream over at the Amusing Thalia's channel. That's Leah's channel. Then we've got Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos here on Fridays. And then every other Sunday, you've got Those Who Wander, which is some more D&D over at Burnout Vaughn's channel. And that's all I got.
All right. And up next, we've got Citric King.
Hi, hello, I'm Cedric. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Citric King, everywhere being mainly Blue Sky and stuff like Tumblr, Instagram, or Twitter if you want to see a dead account. Been rather busy and still have a lot on my desk at the moment, so my account's been kind of quiet. But I intend to start posting stuff rather soon. So yeah, always good to keep an eye on that. Other than that, I don't have any current games I'm on stream besides this, but that might change in the future. Keep an eye out. And that is all me.
And we couldn't do this without our wonderful GM, Amusing Thalia.
Aw. Oh yeah, that's me. I was writing. I am here on Fridays running this game. I am thankful for anyone who shows up or anyone who watches this. And I am on Burnout Vaughn's channel every other Sunday, not this one, doing some Those Who Wander. So if you like me as a GM, then I am a player over there for now. And I've been having a blast. That is run by our lovely Saris. I'm on my channel on Mondays doing a Deltarune thing. I'm trying to figure out some other days to potentially stream, and look out for another TTRPG thing in the nearest future. That's me. However, I am only here thanks to the kindness, the good graces, and the generosity of one DistortionDevil, Connor McKinley, his magnetic personality and magical demeanor make him the master of all sorceries, bearded and otherwise. Please tell us about them.
I was going to say master of magnetism. That's what it sounded like, but yes. Beard
I mean,
sorcery.
you are a master of magnetism.
Yeah! Beard sorcery. That's right. Beard sorcery. Your one-stop shop for beard hygiene care products. I've been using them for about half a year now, and I have not been disappointed. And if you or the bewhiskered person in your life is looking for some beard care products this holiday season, head on over to beardsorcery.com. Use code DistortionDevil, and you can save 10% on your purchase. And also, some of that gets kicked back here, so I can keep making content like this with all my buds. As well, check out Bones Coffee Company. I recently tried the the Bones Mushroom Extract coffee, and I gotta tell you, it was really, really good.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's no, like, mushroom scent or taste. It's just Bones coffee that you've come to know and love. And, you know, I felt great after drinking it. I drank, like, a whole, like, French press full of it on
Yummy.
Tuesday. And I was not disappointed. And I'm gonna have to pick a moment to clean out my French press and do a bit more. But if you want to try either the mushroom coffee or any of the fun holiday varietals, like the horchata coffee, which I am personally quite fond of, head on over to bonescoffee.com. Use code DistortionDevil and you can save 10% on your order when you shop online. With that, are we ready to get into it?
People make mushroom wine.
Yeah.
What's up, Citra?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
No, that.
Sounds like we're ready to go. Sounds like we're ready to get into it. So, take a second. Anyone need any extra time?
I'm good.
Alrighty. In that case... You know what? Maybe not that one. I like that one. Maybe not that one right now. Probably go back to that one. There we go. Mysteries surround the crew of the Homewrecker. Traveling to the city of Sigil after their adventures in the Gnosis Cluster, they find themselves with various leads. A Gith army, seemingly Gith Yankee army specifically, seemingly rallying itself in the first layer of hell. Portals opening into the city of Sigil that should not be possible. Threats of looming aberrative forces, worms and flesh coming through realms and from realms beyond mortal understanding. A bounty on Vex, a trial on the horizon held by Mechanus. But with more stones to unearth, more secrets to discover, and mysterious dreams about to unfold, what will the crew discover on today's session? Hakka, you have just finished your vision. Not really a vision, your spying, I suppose, for lack of a better term, on the event hosted by the following. A religious organization here in Sigil that seems to be spreading outwards into the various planes. Unmentioned in my intro, but nonetheless present throughout every step of this adventure so far, Hakka deigned to watch a public ceremony held by the follower the leader of said following. After witnessing an event that ended in what can only be described as true horror for Hakka, we come back to him sitting on his bed, slowly vision adjusting to the room that you're in. And you do know your party is currently resting. You were awoken. It is unlikely any of them are up. Is it a fair assumption you try to go back to sleep? Or do you do something in this time?
Sleep would not come quickly, but Hakka would try to go back to sleep. Cause there'd be no point to wake everybody up and tell them. It would disrupt too much.
Do you get up, go to the door, and then kind of hesitate at the handle and then go sit back down? Or is it an immediate try to restlessly go back to sleep?
It is... Is there something in the room that... Hakka throws a chair against the wall in frustration and then just reluctantly goes back to sleep.
Yeah, you throw it. There's a shattering of the chair.
Because there's lots of frustration
in absolutely
that. So just needed some output of energy. And yeah.
I think Rot, there's a brief moment where you kind of half startle awake in your sleep.
Sorry.
Around, but nothing after that. And it's one of those things where you you get up and then kind of pretty swiftly go back to rest. But
right.
Hakka kind of pacing around the room. If you do, if what you do is actually slam that into the wall, there'd be maybe a few minutes later before you're getting to sleep, Hey, you doing okay in there?
Hakka would approach the door and open it up, and then let me open up my character sheet. Because I'm gonna have to pay for that chair.
Hi, heard a smash. You okay?
If I'm being honest, I am not. Take this. And it's 50 gold for the chair.
She'll kind of as you're holding it out, she'll kind of curl the hand over the coins and kind of push it back towards you. I wouldn't worry about it. Everything here is magically created. I can just put it back together.
Still, I shouldn't lose my temper.
Well, the apology is more than enough. She kind of pats her hand. Are you doing okay? Yeah, do you need anything? I can make you some tea. Maybe that'll help you get back to sleep.
Do you have incense?
Yeah, I do.
That
how
would
much
be a couple.
Do you have a scent you prefer? I got sandalwood. I got plumwood.
Sandalwood is fine.
All right, I'll be right back.
There are noticeable bags under his eyes. He's not okay.
Yeah, she'll kind of pat your knee a little bit and she'll walk away and then come back a minute later. Here's some incense. Here's a little holster for you. You can put it in. Let me know if you need anything, okay?
Yeah, Hakka takes about 5 minutes to and does thank you. Hakka does take about 5 minutes to light the incense and kind of meditate a bit and just let the smoke billow about the room. And that's enough. Just the ritual of that is enough to immediately okay, bedtime, and he goes to sleep.
As you go to sleep, darkness takes your vision. And you find yourself floating through memories. Things that your recent horror that you just witnessed has sort of brought back to your mind. Hakka, I would like you to describe what happened with Hrax, how he was found, what happened to him within this continuity for Hakka, where he ended up? Was he stopped? Was he... I'd like you to give us a visual of what he looked like and what the last memory you have of him was and where he left off, if you would,
God,
for all of us.
I don't have the art on hand, but to describe first the father of Hakka, Harax. Imagine a lanky but still quite tall for a male like Saurian. Again, his species as well, Tyrannosaurus. Just tall, lanky, skin taut around the bone, not very muscular, much more magically inclined, with these almost like mammoth-like tusk erupting from like the corners of the mouth where the jaw and the upper mandible would meet. And I think the shoe dropping moment for Hakka would be essentially Hrax was able to gather, very much like the follower, a following of Saurians in a religious site, and essentially sacrificed them all and like feasted on their souls in some dark ritual, and then raised all their bodies and just sowed chaos with the fallout of that, releasing a horde of undead upon the Empire. It probably wiped out half the population.
He was stopped, though, correct?
He was stopped.
He was stopped. I thought so.
And the entire time for Hakka's presence of that, I'd like to imagine he was there in like the city, but he wasn't literally there to see it happen. But he was there for basically
cleanup.
The cleanup, exactly.
Yeah.
Is he? And the entire time, people are spitting at Hakka. They're threatening him. They're pulling weapons on him. There are people that are be like, how could you, like, how could you let him do this? How could you be deceived this way? How could you let this happen? So that just avalanche of guilt is just hitting at once.
And we see Hakka, we see these flashes. We see these flashes of Hakka's father younger, and the two like kind of training Hakka with a blade or with an axe and kind of teaching him how to fight. We see him as a military commander and Hakka under his command. We see him wielding dark magics and studying dark magics. We see Hakka worried about it. We see Hrax eventually marching off with the cult of personality around him into the woods. Whispers and rumors going about. We see the persecution happening to Hakka. The yelling, the screaming, how could you let this happen? How could you do this? We see Hakka fighting against hordes of undead that have been attacking the local townships, the small villages where the Saurian or the Sorrel were living. And then we see a ziggurat. It sort of interflashes between the empty temple that Hakka just witnessed. This tiered structure towering over the... And again, they're kind of flashing in between the buildings of Sigil and the trees of your homeland of Chult. The bodies of the flayed and shredded corpses left behind in the Lady of Pain's wake, mixing in with the bodies and corpses of those that were left in Hrax's wake. We see a desolate battlefield and an empty courtyard superimposed over each other. And then there's something that, Hakka, you've never seen before. A faint wisp of red energy trimmed in black sort of wisps out of the temple top and into the sky. And your vision seemingly follows it out into the vastness of the crystal sphere above. And this shroud, moving impossibly fast, stars wishing past you, into what looks like a swirling shroud, a miasma of mist in the middle of the cosmos. And this little tiny shred of magic that you're following disappears within it. And your vision is swallowed by this cloud of mist. The first thing you see is Raycool sitting at a dinner. A very fancy looking room around you. And he seems to be talking to someone at the far end of the table. A pale-skinned individual with dark, slicked-back hair, kind of leaning back with a little bit of a smug smirk on his face. You see a strange black and green Saurian? They look like it, but there's also some very key visual differences. They are writing on what looks like, you recognize to be kind of like an axe beak, but its physiology is slightly different. They're kind of looking around in the woods, mist surrounding them, as if they're lost. You see another wisp of this red and black magic kind of rush through the mist past you. And your vision has a choice here. You can follow this green and gray colored lizard folk, Saurian. You can go back to Raycool. Or you can follow the red and black wisp. What do you do?
Ah. Um. Fuck. I would love to do all three.
Well, it looks like you'll just have to come back and dream again sometime.
Yeah, let's do Ray. Let's do Ray.
Do Raycool.
Hakka reaches out to the wisp. I don't know if it beckons toward him, but he would just mutter under his breath, "What did that slippery little eel get himself into this time?"
You reach out towards the wisp, and the wisp of magic disappears into the mist. You take a step to follow it, but you're thinking about Ray. And rather than following this wisp of magic, the mists around you swirl. And suddenly you find yourself, and I don't really need to... if you want to know what Hakka sees, go watch Ravenloft from this year, because you watch a sped-up version of Ray's adventures in Ravenloft.
What a... He should be dead.
Roll a perception check.
Okay, yeah. I just needed to check the advantage toggle. 28.
One thing you notice for sure is that among him and his companions, at one point, you see a holy symbol that you've seen before. Very recently, when Vex showed it to you.
The amulet.
And as you come to that realization, you wake up. I think, fittingly, we're going to go to Vex. Hey, Saris, how you doing?
Hi. Sure happy to be here.
Yeah, happy to have you here, Han. Vex, your vision is taken by sleep. How restful is it for you?
I think all things considered fairly.
Fairly.
Fairly
Yeah,
restful,
tired.
yeah.
The exhaustion, the physical just draining of your body has overtaken any unrest that you could physically have in this moment. And you find yourself taken by sleep. Your vision is not swiftly drawn somewhere else. You find yourself almost drifting through cold mists for some time. You feel a familiar presence nearby. You have the option to move towards or away from this presence.
How did you describe the presence?
Familiar.
In a do I get a sense of whether or not that's comforting or
Roll a
if familiar as
charisma
in
check.
Okay.
See how attuned you are to the emotional weight around you.
It's loading.
Mm-hmm. It is
9.
It is familiar, that is without a doubt. That is immediately something you garner from it. But beyond the familiarity, I think the only sensation you get from it is a sensation of unease. Not necessarily that you have towards that presence. The presence is giving off a sensation of unease, of insecurity, of maybe a lack of assuredness.
I suppose with being none the wiser, Vex would sort of move towards that presence.
You move towards that presence, and you find yourself pushing through the mists once more until you encounter a circle, just a ring, which you recognize to be a portal. Has a goldish light to the outside of it, and on the other side is a swirl of gray clouds with cracks of red lightning across it. Do you go through?
Sure.
As you pass through, you feel a heavy weight on your ankles and your wrists. And for a moment, you feel chains until you realize that that sensation is not yours, but the sensation of the presence that you've connected with. And as you separate yourself from feeling the sensations this presence is feeling, you physically separate yourself from them, and you find yourself in a room. It is a small cell of some kind. It is just large enough that you can stand, your horns scraping on the ceiling. A tall man stands in a slightly crouched position, arms spread above him, chained to the ceiling, unable to relax and sit. legs chained in such a way that they cannot stand fully. A elf, kind of dark-skinned, scars, golden eyes. You recognize Lysander, one of your companions.
Oh.
They are... Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, what is his current state of being?
Physically exhausted, emaciated, but not on death's door. It almost looks as though the last time you saw him, there was more damage, injury to the body, more desperation, pain, exhaustion on his face. There almost looks to be an improvement this time. Whether that unsettles you or reassures you, it's up to you, but some of the wounds have started to actually close up and heal. They seem slightly, like the lips are slightly less cracked and parched. They seem like they may have gotten some water and food semi-recently. And it's kind of as you're observing them that you hear voices coming from outside the cell.
Am I able to discern either who
You
is
have your own
speaking?
faculties.
Oh, okay.
Do you look down at yourself?
Yeah.
There is a wispy nature to you. You see through your own hands. It is a ethereal nature to your own body, your own physicality.
So, I'm effectively the ethereal version of myself.
As you would assume, that seems like probably a good assumption.
Okay.
But you are not locked in place here. You are just in this cell, and you seem to have been brought here somehow. What do you do?
Well, you mentioned that there was the sound of voices. Am I able to discern either A, who is speaking, or B, what is being said?
You are very quickly able to listen in through the door. Do you try to go through it, or are you just listening?
Right. Do I get the sense... Well, you said that they were able to put me in here just in this form, so I doubt there's a layer of safety to just leave the cell.
Well,
So
it's different. It's hard to say. You don't feel like you were put here. You almost feel like you were drawn here. And especially with the idea that you followed that presence and then went through that portal, it does not feel in the same way. You have no chains on you. You are not trapped in any way. You are standing in this cell. Your horns would scrape on the ceiling, but you notice they actually pass through it.
Then yeah, I would probably step out, again, trying to get a better listen, and I can roll a perception check if you would like.
Sure. Yeah.
Just to get a better sense of, again, what is being said, what maybe the tone is, or if I can deduce words. 20.
Soft.
20. There's a conversation happening down the hallway, and you pass through this metal door of some kind without issue, and kind of look around left, right, and see some people talking down the far hallway, where the guards chamber would be. Following the voices and kind of listening in, knowing what languages you speak. I'll just double check to make sure I have those down correctly. Yeah. You can understand one of the three voices. One of them is speaking in Infernal.
Okay.
To another. The other one will occasionally respond in Infernal. The second voice will respond in Infernal, and then swap to another language to talk to the third individual. And then the third individual will speak in that second language. And there's very clearly some sort of translator situation going on here. As you walk into this kind of guard's chamber, there is a fiendish figure with a cloak on. You can pretty clearly tell they're fiendish because the horns are poking up the hood and giving a very clearly fiendish silhouette. But they are still kind of cloaked and hooded. The second individual in between them is a kind of bulky individual with one big arm and one small arm. They have kind of like a mini skirt on, like just a kind of ruffled checkered mini skirt with like a little book attached to one of the sides, and they have like a little tank top on, and they seem to be mediating between the person speaking Infernal that you can understand and this other individual. This other individual seems to be some sort of gatekeeper or jail guard of some kind. They are hulking, they have gray skin, 4 arms, large mane of fur off their back, big tusks and teeth, like 8 eyes, and there is some sort of mediation going on here. What you can understand from the one that you can understand, the fiendish person speaking in Infernal, is, well, now, I am hoping that we can come to some sort of arrangement. I understand that this one came to this location of their own volition, and that does place them under your jurisdiction. I am trying to find a way to trade, make a deal of some kind. I know that is not typical with these beasts, but can you tell him that I'm willing to trade just about anything that they would wish? And the large individual, I can try. I mean, they are amiable to being paid, but so far what you've offered doesn't seem to be enough. But I'll see what they would take. And then they begin speaking in the language you don't understand. Do you do anything?
Where do they sound like they're coming from?
They are in a kind of... So, with a jail, there's generally the row of cells, and then some sort of guard room. You came out of one of the cells and heard them all talking and kind of walked towards this guard entry chamber. That is where they are all speaking.
Okay. And they don't seem, from what I can tell, to be actively, shall we say, moving away from their current position?
No, they seem to just be standing at the end of the hallway having this discussion.
Okay. I think if I can, then I'm going to try to move towards the cell that Lysander is in.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you just came out of the cell where Lysander.
Oh, that's the cell that I was in. Got it. Understood.
Yes. Yeah. So in case I wasn't clear, you arrived here via some sort of mystical means in a cell with a chained individual that you recognize as Lysander.
Okay.
You heard 3 voices outside the cell at the end of the hall. You left the cell to go listen to the voices.
Understood. Okay. Now that I'm actually on the same page, I still stand by that. Getting a sense of like they're having this conversation. I think Vex would return to the cell and try to get a better look at the person. Is he conscious at this point?
At the moment, they seem to be trying to rest. It's unclear how conscious they are, but they're not like out. They're not unconscious at the moment. They are kind of swaying. There's the gentle like every once in a while. They're kind of chained in a position it's difficult to rest at the moment.
Am I able to interact with anything around me, or am I just kind of...
You passed through the door to kind of like go like, so if you kind of like move towards the chain, your hand just sort of passes through the chain.
Okay. Then with that, I actually am gonna leave once again, and I'm just going to try and explore the area to the best of my ability without getting caught, to see where it goes, to get more information on the layout.
Mhm. Are you not? So you are leaving the conversation, and you're just like heading outwards into this
Yeah.
into the upstairs of this building.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I think at this point I'm going to have you roll a survival check or an investigation check of your choice. To kind of explore the area you're in.
I guess what I'm trying to get at with all of this is that I'm trying to figure out if I am to understand that this is where he is being kept, then my goal is to try to find out as much information about the physical layout with the understanding that this is a place that I want to get to. Does that make sense?
I do absolutely understand, which is why I'm asking for a survival or investigation to get
Got
a
it.
layout of the
Got
area.
it. I don't think I heard you properly. Sorry. My bad. My bad.
It's all good.
9.
9. You head upstairs and quickly find yourself in a maze of twisting hallways and darkened corridors. Nothing here seems to be laid out in any logical sense or any real sense. Stairs that go up seem to lead just into the ceiling. Some stairs that head downwards seem to put you on the same floor that you just left. It is an actual maze in here. And finding yourself very quickly lost, you're actually somewhat thankful to hear two of the voices walking towards you once more. You no longer see the kind of four-armed, eight-eyed individual, but you see the cloaked individual and the large-armed individual walking down the hallway and kind of talking. The large-armed individual,
it ended up working out. They're going to be placed in your custody. You just have to send them that asset. I hope I've been able to be of some help.
And the fiendish individual speaking Infernal.
Yes, as a matter of fact, you were quite helpful. But I just want to make sure that this is kept between us. Oh, of course. Clandestine nature is one of the things I guarantee.
Yes, but... And as they turn, they pull the hood down. And, Zan, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Can you describe Malolaraz for us, please?
Malolaraz is this sickening looking, devious looking, kind of pale red cambion. They seem to have a fluctuating sparkle in their eyes of gold and yellow. Their clothes are very opulent in kind of a deep red color with bright red accent and kind of gold filigree with their rings. They kind of stand a good bit more confident and sure of themselves.
And as they drop the hood and Vex, you see Malolaraz, someone you have maybe seen once or twice before, heard about for certain from Xoruk in detail.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of drop the hood, raise their hand, and the other fiend, the one with the big arm and the small arm, kind of goes, wait! And the hand, a green rune appears between their fingers, and they kind of turn it. And you watch a similar rune almost appear like a halo above the other fiend's head before it kind of turns. And then the hand kind of closes, and they begin to walk down the hallway, leaving the big-armed individual, and they kind of turn a corner, and then the big-armed individual see they are paused for a second, and then they kind of shake their head.
What? Where am I? What's going on?
What do you do?
I don't feel like I can is the thing. I'm just observing. I'm just learning.
You're just
At this
observing.
point because there's
All right.
really nothing that I can do, and I'm unable to get a sense of the layout of this location. So I'm just going to observe and take note of the events as much as I am able to.
Do you stay on the strange big-armed fiend who's just kind of almost seemingly lost in the or the keep castle, whatever this location is, or do you follow Meloloraz?
I would follow Meloloraz at this point to see where
Following
he's going.
Meloloraz, you actually are able to get a little bit of a better layout. And I'd like you to roll me another survival check with advantage. As you have a guide this time.
19.
19. It is, and you quickly realize why it was so hard, is the layout of this location is changing. The hallways and corridors seem to move. And as they move, Meloloraz seems to turn corridors, head upstairs, head downstairs to not match, but account for the various changes that are happening. You may not know the layout of this location very well, but you have learned some very key information regarding it. As Meloloraz steps out, you find yourself in a wide open field with large crags and spires and mountains. Gray clouds dot the entirety of the sky, showing no sky through it. Red lightning cracks across, and Meloloraz heads to, very clearly, what seems to be a Githyanki vessel, and boards it.
Interesting.
As they board the vessel, it begins to lift off the ground. And with the warping of space and wind around you, as the vessel shoots off into the astral sea, that is where your vision ends and you wake up. I think Zan had to step away, so I will go with someone else really quickly. Let's do Rot.
Alrighty.
Let me quickly change some music around. Rot. You find yourself, or more accurately, your visual perspective coming from a very strange place. It is as if you are looking up from something, like as if you were lying down on the ground. You're not perfectly on the ground, but you're from a lower position. And there is a thin film of greenish color that seems to blanket your vision, changing how you would see. It puts this greenish filter over everything. From this perspective, you seem to be in some sort of temple or sanctum of some kind. Roll me a perception check.
Cool. That's 17.
17. It is a temple, but you do not think that this was the intended initial purpose for the temple. The ceiling above you seems to have collapsed inward and has made a pile of rubble on the floor not too far away. Several of what would have been ancient stone doors have been blown inward and just now lay on the floor, broken and desolate. There is a large mound of something that you can vaguely make out as you seem to be lying kind of in the middle of this pile of something. There is the occasional individual who seems to come out of one of the hallways, and they will drop one of three things in. And this happens a few times as you kind of watch what's happening around you. These individuals sort of green in coloration because you can't, that's what the filter is over you, so you can't really detail more than they have that. But you notice strange growths, like things poking out of the arms, like roots or shoots kind of digging out of the arms occasionally. Some of them have almost like table mushrooms growing off of sections of them. Some of them have almost pitted sections where the body has started to rot away and gangrene and sort of necrosize itself, so you can see the bone and muscle and sinew underneath. But they don't appear to be undead. They seem to be living individuals, just living with these afflictions. And occasionally, sometimes they'll drag a body and throw the body onto the pile. Sometimes they'll be carrying a basket of what looks like rotted foods and throw that onto the pile. And sometimes they will be carrying what look like basins of fetid water and toss that onto the pile.
You say the perspective I have, I am in that pile, or
You seem to be part of that pile, or in the pile, or on the pile in some capacity. Feel free to interrupt and ask me any questions you have about this. I want to be as clear as possible with these.
I mean, during observing all of this, do I feel like I can move?
You feel like you can move, but at the same time, you almost feel like you're in a bubble, for lack of a better term. As if you can move, but you cannot move from the position you're in. You have faculties and capabilities and physicality. And as you kind of observe yourself, you look down and try to observe yourself?
If I can, I will, yes.
Yeah, you almost kind of strain and angle your vision in such a way that you can sort of see where you're at. And there's a strange sight before you. Your hands are not the way that you understand and remember them. They're almost made out of fungal growths, fleshy bodies, pulps, and there's no bone to it. There's no hardened sinew. You feel soft, almost like your body can change, or you don't have a set form at the moment.
The sense of physicality starts to sink in. Rod will try to start moving, try to, I guess, hold themselves together in one way to be able to start moving around.
Roll a wisdom check
Will
with
do.
advantage.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I'll always give you advantage if you do the thing I want you to do in the situation.
It's not 20.
You struggle, you flex, you move, you find yourself in whatever this capsule is that you find yourselves within. You kind of will yourself to float backwards and then float forwards, causing this rocking. The thing that you're in, almost like an egg, for lack of a better term, or a seed perhaps, you kind of start rocking back and forth until there's a kind of sucking, popping sound, and your vision is like spirals for a second as you almost seem to roll out of this pile. And as you kind of roll forward a little bit, it was maybe a few minutes ago that someone came in and brought like another corpse and threw it onto the pile, and you kind of settle yourself and you have another perspective now. You can see the pile that you were on now that you couldn't before. And as you sort of visually appraise it, it is a pile of rotted refuse. It is flesh, it is plant matter, it is just biomass in a massive pile. But roll me another perception check.
Oh. Flat 20.
There's something about the pile that is not wholly dead. That is not just a pile of things. There's an interconnected nature throughout it. You see tendrils that have sort of wormed their way through various sections of this stuff, almost making it one cohesive mass. It's vaguely in the shape of a head, actually, now that you're starting to see it from a more distant angle. And as you're watching it, there's this large sort of flat, wet section that opens, and you see a eye made out of rotted flesh and mulch that opens just for a moment to look at you before closing. You hear
Why-
this. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Given that Rod grew up in Plaguemort and just the closeness to the abyss, it's bound to be exposed to different, like, less than pleasant things. How much does this disturb them?
There is something. So the thing that you are familiar with in Plaguemort is the fact that rot has this sort of, and like death and undeath and decay, it has this sort of generalized factor to it that sort of just applies to everything ad nauseum, right? It is unguided. It is just a almost natural force that applies to everything within Plaguemort. Even the followers of Zugtmoy and things like that, they are still at risk when they use rot to expose themselves to it. And pretty much anyone who lives in Plaguemort at some point is bound to be afflicted by it. I don't know if you have ever seen something living, like alive, more than just alive, something that is well and truly born of this before. This is not a beast that this is this head of rotted flesh and matter is not wielding rot. It is not infested with rot. It is rot, made manifest, made alive.
That side, Rod immediately trying to just once again put themselves together, and I don't know how much can I feel a connection with my power. Would I be able in this form to do wild shape?
What is the intention behind the wild shape?
To give myself a body I can move.
Give yourself a body you can move. I'm going to have you roll a wisdom check, and this is with disadvantage.
Alrighty. That's 9.
You find yourself forming this body, but the unfortunate thing is you are still within this capsule, the seed. And you find yourself beginning to press on the outside, trying to escape. And you hear what sounds like a scream, a yell, a call, combat, and it is coming from one of these hallways that lead deeper into the sanctum. Before the sound sort of cuts out.
The only thing I see around me is the thing in front of me, so I will do my best to try to move myself toward them.
Mm-hmm. You start to roll yourself and push back towards the mound of flesh that is this head with an eye that you saw, that you came from, that you like popped out of almost. Like you separate yourself from it and you kind of turn around and you start to move, kind of roll the seed, whatever it is, back towards it. And as you do, you hear the crunch behind you of something. Do you look?
I do.
You kind of turn around and you see walking, and it's kind of crunching the stones and sticks beneath their feet, a tall individual. They have kind of a whipping tail to them. Their body is long and sinewy and tall and covered in what looks like chitin made of bone, as like almost like armor, but it seems to grow out of their very body itself. And it clings to their forearms and their shoulders, their chest and their waist, almost like clothing, like armor. They don't seem to be wearing anything. They just have these bone protrusions that act almost like clothing for them. They have a vaguely feminine appearance as they kind of stride forward and they look around. Eyes this deep orange color. And their eyes eventually, as they kind of scan the chamber, notice the mass of flesh, and a thin smile crosses their face. Sharp teeth. Before they look down and crouch, kind of looming over you, before scooping you into her arms. In a language you don't understand. But at the same time, this is a better way to put it. In a language you've never heard before, but at the same time you understand perfectly. Ah, my little seed. You will do nicely. We will see how well you incubate in Xoriat. Come. They stand to their full height, carrying you like a babe, and they begin to walk out of the temple.
Do I have any ability to move myself, try to get away?
You are still within this seed, this capsule that you're within. Do you try to struggle while you're within it?
I try to, yes. I don't know
You
what's
try to.
going on, and wrought by a lifetime of this, just the instinct of run away.
Yeah, there's struggle that, and she kind of looks down at you wriggling within this container before she waves a hand. A gentle wash of magic rolls over you. A drowsiness, a sleepiness takes your body. And you drift into a dreamless sleep before waking up. Xoruk, are you here?
Yep.
Xoruk, yours is genuinely significantly less esoteric to begin with. When you fall asleep, it's as if you instantly find yourself waking up. But you are not in the chambers that you were in previously. You are not within the tavern. You are in some sort of shack of some kind. The light here has a vague light blue color to it that is washing everything in this kind of washed out gray blue color. That seems to just be the light ambiently around. There is a little cot that you find yourself waking up on, but other than that, it is a fairly bare room with a little door that seems to lead outside. That is a doorway that is covered with a curtain. You find yourself in a pretty barren room. Just has a bed and a little stand next to it.
Does any of us seem familiar to him?
Roll a religion check.
All right. Which one of you and Call closed my character sheet?
It was me. I would do it again.
5.
This look, it does not look like anywhere you have spent any significant period of time as far as you're aware. The make of the building you're in, it's like a medieval shack almost. It is very, very simple in make. Nothing here is fancy or really opulent of any kind. There's no stonework that would indicate the Githyanki that you're familiar with. It seems to just be a really basic little hut that you're in.
He's going to try and mentally connect to see if Vex is near.
You try to mentally connect and reach out. And I would actually love to know how Xoruk feels about when you reach out. There is a sensation that you have never felt before. When you reach out generally, in the planes of any place, there's this psychic force that you sort of connect with that interconnects all beings, all entities, all life, all cosmic forces. And that is very much how the Gith see the world, and the Gith connect to the world and shape the world around them. None of that is here. There is a vast emptiness, a psychic void when you reach out.
He's going to look a bit confused, not certain where he is, which is a problem for him. He kind of pinches the skin on his hand.
Pinch the skin on your hand. Ow!
He'll then kind of get to his feet and move towards the door to open it.
You move towards, and not quite a door, just like a curtain, and you kind of push it to the side and step out. Maybe 30 feet away is a gentle stream that seems to be drifting downriver. It has a soft blue glow to it, and sitting not too far away, just with a very basic looking fisher's rod just in the stream and a little bucket next to them, is an individual.
Does the individual look like anything, or is it like a silhouette?
It kind of like a silhouette. They just seem to have like brilliant, like drab fisher's clothing on, and they have like the big fisher's hat. So it's really just the silhouette of the hat, and then the person, and then the rod sitting not too far away.
In just the basic common tongue, we'll call out, "Where are we? What is this place?"
Oh gods! Turns around and you see Gith.
What are you doing here?
I'm not certain. I believe I woke up here.
Huh. Well, you wouldn't be the first.
What is here?
Ah. Have you died?
I don't think so.
Must
did
be a
it within-
spiritual journey then.
Huh.
You're in what many refer to as the spirit realm. It's close to what most of our kind know as the ethereal realm, but it's on the other side of it.
Huh. I've heard of the spirit realm, but I've never thought I'd arrive until my time was up. Once I died in my
Many
sleep.
don't. You still have a bit too much life and color about you to be from here.
And as they say that, they also have some color to them. Like they are not washed out like most of the items and physical things here. There's this like blue white sort of film or filter to everything, except for the Gith that you're talking to.
Seeing I'm in good company. I am Xoruk of Shra'kt'lor.
I have not used my name in some time, but most people here call me Zon.
Zon? What exactly do you do here?
Contemplate the meaning of life. Pray no one finds me.
Are you on the run?
Are we not all on the run from our own minds?
Well, you can obfuscate as much as you want, but if you are troubled, then that would suggest that I am as well, as to why I'm here.
It does make sense. No, I came here, well, more of an escape than anything else. Have you ever started something that grew much larger than you intended?
I don't know.
Eventually that day will come, where you act. Purely act. Not for any selfish purpose, not for any reason, but act because you feel it is right, because you feel it is what you must do. But it is never just an action, because the action is what it means to others. So by just taking the action you thought was right, you changed the course of so many other lives.
Well, I'm not certain how many events like that you had in your life, but All I can say of mine is that I've tried my best to try to control my destiny. And it has taken me a long time to get to a better spot where that can exist.
Really, that's all you can do? No.
That's all I want.
What's that line? Remember that strength lies in knowing oneself. In knowing yourself, your true center, you shall endure and go stronger.
Yes. But what I'm finding out now is that knowing oneself is not enough. Knowing the world around you, how you impact it, and the people that you keep with you, they are a form of strength that you need, lest you die alone someplace.
They kind of nod, and they kind of stick the fishing rod into the soft sand before kind of leaning back.
I suppose you're right. Far wiser than me, I would say.
Maybe a lot more rebellious, but I don't know about wiser. I'm trying, though.
Well, time will have to see. But nonetheless, I will not say no to some company. It's been a while since I've seen anyone but the residents here. There's a small village, and it kind of points down the stream. That way, anyone who lives here is most likely a spirit. Spirits that end up here are spirits that, well, did not have a home. Souls were not promised to the hells or the abyss. They did not worship anyone in particular. They did not follow any tenets or creed or embody any god's will. They just are here.
I did not end up on Kelemvor's wall.
Not everyone. How do I put this? Some spirits, some souls, some minds become lost in death. They do not believe they are dead because they can think. Because they can believe, they believe they are not gone. And thus in doing so, they, well, counteract the very intent of Kelemvor's wall, thus ending up here. Lost forever, but found by those here.
Suppose that makes sense. Aside from contemplating the great mysteries of one's mind and life, what are you doing here?
They look down at their hands. I need to roll a persuasion check.
17.
They look at their hands, and they look out at the stream, and they kind of wash their hands a little bit of it. They look down at their hands again.
I will never be free of guilt. I found when I walked among the mortals and among the planes that my words were weighty. They changed the life and the minds of those around me. I could not live and exist without changing that in them. I am here because I am ashamed. I could not end my own life, but at the same time I could not go on knowing that any action I took would possibly cause the death of another, inadvertently.
That's no life to live. You can't control what other people do. You can only control what you do. It's honorable that you try to take responsibility for how you might impact the world. But there is a line, there is a balance between that. Think of all the people you could help on the opposite end. All the people who would be enriched because you were in their lives.
Think of all
Even
the
if that-
cities that would Think of all
Even
the
if that-
cities that would fall through limbo if I were to retract my creed.
He'll kind of blink for a few moments. Who are you exactly?
They stand to their full height, and they take off the fisherman's hat. And you've seen statues of this person since the day you were born, as you stand in front of Zerthamon.
You mean to tell me you've been here this whole time?
Hiding? Ashamed? Yes.
There's so many things I have to say, so many things I wanted to shout at you at, but now that I see you here, now of all times, you are racked by guilt, yes?
Beyond what I can fully understand, yes.
Guilt is but grief for the society that you've now left. Our people are dying. They are dwindling in number. Too afraid to leave limbo. Too afraid to exist outside of the teachings that you left unfinished. They need you. You are more than just a man. You are a symbol. And if you told people to think for themselves, they would. We cannot be stuck in limbo forever. Surely you know that.
What is your name, young one?
Xoruk of Shra'kt'lor.
Shra'kt'lor. Yes, that makes sense. Great city. No, Xoruk, I do not think I will be going back. Because I do not believe the world needs me anymore. My time has passed, and while my teachings live on, if I were to try to counter them, if I were to arrive in limbo and begin proselytizing free will and free thought, do you really think that those in power there would so swiftly give that up?
Is that
They
what you
have
want? Would you want to take power?
No. No.
Then lead-
No, it is...
Then lead somewhere else. Have you any idea how the war between the Gith, how the children are split on both sides, how many have been killed because they have no guidance? Vlaakith continues her reign under a different body, a different name, clinging to the past and its values, her desires to see how the world would be made, and her scorn for the children of Gith who did not follow her, burns ever onward. And what do the Githzerai have? Our people? A place to hide. Forever. That's it.
Xoruk, I do not know what our people have gone through. I do not know what Vlaakith has done in that time. Because I am here. I am gone. I have been separated from our people for so long that I am no longer of them. The Gith don't need me. They need a new leader. They need someone who can show them a different path. Not someone to course correct. Not someone to come out of retirement to fix their problems. Let me fade.
I know the people who still worship you, still cling to your tenets like they are the very fabric of reality itself. What should one say to them? To give up?
What would you say to them?
I don't know anymore. I guess to seek each other. Find strength in the thoughts of not one but many. Isolation is safe, but you wilt into nothing.
Well, then it
The
sounds like you know what you must teach our people.
Me? I'm hardly a teacher.
And I was a warrior, Xoruk. I fought alongside Vlaakith to free our people from the Gaik. I was no philosopher.
All I can do is try to control my life goes. My own destiny, my own fate. And even then, I have been captured and twisted 3 times now against my will, into places I did not mean to go, wish to be in. I hardly understand myself, let alone how to teach others, how to help them with their lives.
And I still feel as though you would do so better than I. Please, Xoruk, just... if you must tell others of our conversation here, in order to move our people forward, then so be it. But it cannot be on me. I am too separate, I am too gone, I am but a hollowed shell of what I used to be.
No. You are here. You are hidden. But I will not let you wilt. People will get lost. They will not know themselves. Teachings of mine or anyone else's. Fates be gone. You will find others on this path. If you want me to help our people as much as I desperately want you to, then I demand something in return from you. Those who are lost, who followed your teachings and ended up here, you must guide them.
They look down. There is very clearly shame. They genuinely almost collapse. They sit back down onto the sand of the small shore.
I will take your words, Xoruk, and I will ponder them, as I have little else I can do here.
You feel
For
that?
now,
You feel that poison in your gut? It spreads, making your muscles weak until your bones collapse underneath you. That's real. Hiding here, it's not. I know it hurts. But the path forward rarely is comfortable. If you cannot return to our people, at the very least, the ones that would find themselves here, help them return to a semblance of peace. I will not beg you, because I know you know I'm right.
Zerthamon proven wrong once again.
Zerthamon learning once again.
Well, if you are teaching me, then allow me to teach you what I have learned. Please, come, sit. And he gestures at the shore near him.
He will do so.
Sits as you sit down. He's going to reach out. He's going to grab the fishing rod, and he's going to put it in your hands.
It would be much easier if I just went down there and stabbed the fish.
Wouldn't it? Yes. Be easier if I reached out my hand and psychically drew it towards me. Throw the line.
He'll do so.
Roll me a dexterity check.
Uh-oh. 23.
It is but a few moments before you catch a large fish kind of on the line, and Zerthamon just... And you're already teaching me.
I think you're right. And I thank you for this. This was to be a destined fate. I am glad it is one that we have found together. I rather doubt either of us would have met each other in this way, if we had control.
Oh, I highly doubt it. If it were my choice, I would not have met another Gith. But it is not my choice. And I suppose running from my past can only last so long.
Zorik's just going to take a moment to look at the water. He'll look around for a sort of sharp implement for a moment, like a tool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a small, little fishing knife, like a gutting knife nearby.
He'll take it, look Zerthamon in the face before grabbing his braid from the back and cutting it off and handing it to him.
Zerthamon will take the braid and he'll clutch it to his chest. And you see a small tear forming in the corner of his eye. The beginning of the end.
But it is the beginning. And
Please, call me Zon. And he holds out his hand to shake yours with the dagger check.
he will do so before kind of ending the check, standing up and giving a very deep and honorable bow.
Attempting to bow as well, you close your eyes, and as you go to sit up from the bow, you find yourself sitting up in bed, waking up. Your hair cut short. Kazador. Lastly, but most certainly not leastly, your vision is very quickly expanded, Kazador. It is very similar to a sight you've seen before. When you were sailing in the Nautiloid out into the vast reaches of the astral seas to reach the back door to Sigil, you looked back and saw the cosmos spread out before you. The great swirl of magic and energy in the shape of a gargantuan astral tree. the roots wrapping around the hells, the various planes spreading out and growing like branches off of it. You, with your vision and your magic, begin to see lines. Small, then growing larger, like little cogs, circles, wheels, all moving in unison, keeping everything in balance, keeping everything in place, keeping everything growing and living together. And then there's a pulse of magic from deep within you. Something fighting against that. A chaotic roiling deep in your gut. A cold sensation on your hands and on your face. The magic, your vision seems to change, seeing something else. A massive astral dragon, seemingly made of the stars and skies itself, gently moving its hand, applying very similar motion and power to the worlds that you saw that the cogs doing. And these two feelings, these two sensations within you begin to start warring with each other. This chaotic, but also lawful, but also neutral, but good, but evil. This mix of everything. Draconic magic. Magic of primal energy and emotion welling up within you. But then at the same time, order, law, your will over things. They are straining against each other. What do you do?
I think Kazador would just... He would just want a moment to settle and collect his thoughts and feelings. So he's seeing both the tree and this large cosmic dragon.
Mm-hmm. And like in and amongst the tree, there are like these like small like lines and circles and cogs, almost like you're seeing a clockwork framing overlaid atop the tree. The pieces of the cogwork of the universe superimposed over the tree, but at the same time, almost behind it, this unbelievably sized cosmic dragon, seemingly pulling strings or otherwise guiding the fate of the cosmos.
Does it seem like this conflict is threatening to destroy things?
Well, the cosmic does not seem the conflict does not seem to be cosmic. Like it seems to be that you are seeing two ways that magic, and I feel, actually roll me an Arcana to see how well Kazador interprets this. Because there is a certain level that you would just get naturally, your inherent connection and knowledge and understanding of magic, but you might get more.
$22.
22.
You are almost watching as two different methods of magical delivery are being worked over the cosmos, the multiverse. You get a sense that both of these things exist in truth. That there is a cosmic logic that most everything operates under that influences the way that the world works and the way that the world interacts with everything. And that is the clockwork soul that you have. That is the connection to Mechanicalist and Mechanist and the magical force of law over the cosmos. And then there's this second power within you that you are also seeing, this draconic power, this power of pure and unfiltered magic. Dragons being beings made entirely of magic, their will and their force of personality being what influences the world around them. And this cosmic dragon that you're seeing almost seems like the manifestation of all draconic magic in one at the same time. And you're watching as these two different methods of magic are applying themselves over the cosmos. But at the same time, they're almost fading in and out of your vision as you're seeing one and then you're seeing the other. And there's this growing tension inside of you as these two magics are straining against each other. Your natural inherent clockwork magic seemingly, and in this moment, at odds with your force of draconic magic.
I guess not really having been presented with a scenario like this previously, I think Kazador would just say aloud, probably in Draconic, to the Draconic spirit, "What is it that you want?"
For a moment, this massive cosmic entity seems to, its head starts to lift towards you, as if it's looking for you or at you or towards you just for a moment. But then you hear a voice from behind you, from the nothingness, the vastness of empty space. It does not care for you. Magic does not care for anyone.
Who are you?
Do you turn? Or do you keep watching the cosmos?
He will turn. If he's being addressed by a being behind him, then yeah, he will turn around.
Mm-hmm. You kind of find yourself floating in astral space, basically, and you sort of spin to look into the emptiness behind you. And at first there's nothing, before the vast emptiness seems to shimmer and move like a serpent's coils writhing over itself, before two serpentine eyes blink open. There is no full silhouette. You just see two floating eyes and nothing, before a mouth opens up
vaguely snake-like in shape. I am what many arcanists would refer to as a friend. I am very often nameless, but I have always been with you ever since your first cantrip.
My sorceress abilities are somehow your doing?
Oh, no, no, no. Your sorceress abilities are a result of some complicated plot within the realm of Mechanus. Some scheme concocted by powerful beings. You are but a tool in their arsenal. No, I am more than that. I did not grant you anything. You took it for yourself. I am more than happy to answer any questions. It sounds like you have many. My purview is to reveal knowledge to those deserving of it.
I take it by your being here, you must think I am deserving.
Those that are deserving do so of their accord. I do not choose those that I empower. They make themselves known to me. Quite a rare thing to be wielding two kinds of sorceress magic.
Is that what this is, then? This is the weave inside of me.
Yes, you understand. I am here to help you, Kazador. The time will come where your power will need to be great to face the things that you are against, and I can give that to you.
To what end? What purpose am I serving with this power you will give me?
Magic is the force of change. Magic is the force of renewal. Magic is the force of destruction. I have a will, and I will see that will be done, with or without you. My will is for the worlds to change, to no longer be held back by the systems that lock them as they are now. I seek champions. Seek those who wish to enact their will over the cosmos. You could be in their number, Kazador.
To enact my will over the cosmos? Nameless
Your
Arcanist
choice
friend,
is...
I think you may have misread me. I don't want anything so grand as that. I just want this place to keep turning. For life to continue to exist. I can help to do that in any way, then I will. You're telling me I need this power you'll give me. Is that the truth?
No, it is not. The truth of the matter is that you have power. And whenever you tap into your magics, you do just what you said you wish not to. You enact your will over the worlds around. That is what magic is. There are those who would seek to enact their will over you, Kazador. Those that granted you your power. Those that saw fit to let you suffer in order to strengthen you to the way you are now. They will continue to do so. They will use you. I offer an alternative. To separate yourself from their magics, to claim it as your own, to teach you the secrets of magic.
First you say that I've taken my own power, and now you say it was given to me. Which is it? You keep going back and forth on this issue.
Well,
You say
more
that-
than one thing. Please, go ahead.
You say that I need to be wary of people looking to work their will through me, and yet here we are. You offering me something.
You misunderstand, but I have done a poor job explaining. You have done both, Kazador. Granted your power by the Archons in the plane of Mechanus. By Mystra's own will you were granted magic. But when time came and struggles were in front of you, you claimed magic for your own. The power of dragons, not so easily given, but taken through strength of will, through strength of mind. You took it. I will not tell you what to do. I will not tell you how to use the power I showed you. I will teach you the secrets of magic so that you may choose your path, and I may see the results.
Kazador will sort of look back at the inner conflict of his soul's magic order and chaos fighting against each other. And then he'll turn back to the serpent. Suppose I say yes to this.
The eyes blink.
Is there a question?
Suppose I say yes, and your teachings, whatever you show me, what if I decide never to use it?
I do not think that would be possible.
In what way?
I can show you the secrets of how to balance your sorceress abilities. But once you do so, once you know the secret, there is no going back.
And if I decide to share this secret with others?
They will not understand. You will find scant few who do. But if you do find them, I believe your secrets can be shared. The choice remains yours. I will not force you. But know that this gift is not given lightly.
Kazador thinks for a moment. He thinks about Stein, Balasar. Thinks about Lorek. All the times that he was too weak to change someone's fate. He thinks about Xoruk. Thinks about Rot. Thinks about Vex and Hakka. Thinks about everyone that he's met so far out in the stars and how he's done his level best to do right by them. He thinks about Hakka's vision of the worms and the Lady of Pain. He thinks about the Dale. That chill, familiar, down to the bone. What do I need to do?
You just need to listen. And a coil begins to come out of the nothing and wrap around you. Do you allow it?
Kazador thinks. And he lets down his guard.
Like a serpent striking prey, the coil wraps around you, and instantly a massive maw opens up, and you are instantaneously consumed. But there is no pain. There might be that strike of fear initially, but immediately an understanding of the cosmos and magic around you starts rushing through your body to an extent that you have never felt before. You begin to see connections between magic that you did not previously understand. You begin to understand a baseline from the weave. The weave is not just itself. The weave is not just something that flows through everything. The weave flows from something, and it all flows from one individual source, one individual branch, and it all can be brought back there. All magic, no matter how changed, no matter how different, it's all one. And as a result of embracing the serpent's secrets, Kazador Rain, you gain all of the abilities of a draconic sorcerer, and you may change your race back to Hobgoblin.
Holy shit.
Oh, okay.
You want to just do that mechanically real quick?
Mechanic. We're gonna take a quick break here as you wake up with the secrets of magic in the universe.
So wait, do you both have Draconic Sorcerer and Clockwork Soul?
Yes, he has all
Holy
of the class
shit,
abilities of
okay.
the Draconic Sorcerer now.
Wow. Okay.
No consequence. Yeah, this will definitely never come up again.
Wow, Connor, your DM lets you have 2 subclasses?
Wow. All right. I guess I'll start doing that.
Well, for
Smile.
starters, increase your hit points by 16.
Mm-hmm.
I think they get 1 hit point per level.
Yep, 1 hit point per level. All of the Draconic Sorcerer class abilities you now have access to as your understanding of your clockwork magic. Your clockwork magic and your draconic magic are indistinguishable now for you. They are the same. They come from the same source. You wield them equally. I will also say you have expertise in Arcana now.
Oh shit. Well.
Hey, what the there's so much we gotta unpack.
Yep. Connor, how comes Lee, I guess you have 2 subclasses?
I already made that joke!
Yeah, but Citric made it better, so it's fine.
It's true.
Oh,
I mean,
Citric, that was so funny. Citric, that was
I know.
hilarious.
Thank you. I try very hard.
I am going to shit.
I don't know how you think
really-
of this shit, Citric.
I'm gonna really quickly. I'm gonna stretch, go to the restroom. Be right back.
Yeah, be right back as well. Damn!
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, drink your legs and stretch some water, everyone.
There's too much, man. Everything happens so much.
Hello, chat. I hope you are doing well.
Yeah, chat. How's it going? How you doing, chat? What the fuck?
Is going on.
What the fuck is going on? I can't believe Leah's making a Gestalt campaign.
I guess that is how Gestalt would work in 5th edition, huh?
Yeah, there are rules for it, but yeah, you pick the highest of HP. You're still like beholden to the action economy. It's not like you have like multiple actions. You're still one character.
Yeah.
You could do. You could live out the ultimate Eldritch Knight fantasy of just pick fire, then pick wizard.
The fighter.
The fatter. Oh my fucking lord.
I return.
Doing all right, Thero? You know what? At least you're not working at Amazon anymore.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
You got to meet your god? Question mark?
I got to yell at Xoruk. Got to yell at his god.
That shit was wacky.
I'm not going to be doing sessions like this very often. This will be a thing probably once an arc, maybe, if y'all want to. Like, this was what happens when you rest here. But thank y'all for bearing with me and being patient for everyone else's turn and sitting through some.
I've
cool
just been
stories.
snacking on pretzels and goldfish. I'm good.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Can't believe the primordial serpent came up and just...
Power snake.
Connor, I know you knew who that. I know you know who that was.
Yeah, Kazador doesn't.
Kazador doesn't, but I know you do.
Do I?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Can I guess?
You're not allowed to guess.
Okay.
Those thoughts you're thinking, stop thinking them.
Drool starts going.
You're welcome to guess. You're welcome to guess. It is one of my personal favorite bits of D&D lore that has been kind of ever written about, and I think it's one of the really interesting bits. But
Okay, then in that case, what I'm thinking is not it. Or maybe it is. Or maybe... I'm just gonna shut up. I will learn on my own. Don't worry about it there. I'm not worried.
I am.
Just, Hello, you want some power? No strings attached?
I'm thinking there might be some strings attached, but...
What? No.
We are literally probably maybe definitely at the precipice of something catastrophic happening in reality. So Kazador's you know what? I'll take all the help I can get.
So what you're saying is this is the eve before the ruin, is what you're saying.
Potentially.
One
might say it's drawn pretty close.
Every day it draws closer.
I bought my dad an mini ice maker.
Oh.
So we could, he's got like a bum leg and he's, old and sick. So instead of bringing down a bunch of ice from upstairs, I've got ice for him right here so he doesn't have to keep going back up and down the steps.
That's
That's
awesome.
nice.
Oh,
And
heck
I just installed it while we were all doing our dream sequences. And I'm sipping on some Dr. Pepper. Courtesy
Hell yeah.
of Yon Ice Maker. And it's pretty cool. Literally.
I love those little mini ice chips, the little crunchy ones. Like,
Oh, you can chew
Oh,
on
yeah.
them. It's great.
The titular character from the 1998 video game Snake. Oh no, I can't believe it.
Also, I'm ready.
I was taught the secrets of ancient magic by Johnny Centipede.
Human centipede, human centipede.
I think we have Saris here. I think we have Zan here. I think we're just waiting for Citric to get back.
Saris, are you here?
Oh,
You know what?
maybe not.
I'll take the. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna check on Beanbag.
No worries. Saris never left. They are still here.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Assume I'm losing all of my Draken blood stuff. But I think I get them anyways.
Yeah,
the result
you
of
get them as a
being-
part of Draconic Sorcerer, and you get your Hobgoblin stuff back.
Hooray!
Hooray! I can use my once a day funny. Nope, I succeed actually.
Saving
It's
face.
actually, I think it's more than once a day. I think it with the
I think for-
Mordenkainen's, it's the number of
Yeah.
proficiency per day.
That correct.
Return.
Welcome back.
Hey,
back.
Citric.
Are we all here?
Provided
I think we
Saris
are.
is still here, then yes.
Service?
They said they never left, so I'm hoping.
Don't call it a
Saris
combat.
is-
Don't call it a combat. They've been here for years.
I have.
I don't have
Oh,
that
got
on
it.
them.
Understood.
Got it. That makes no sense. Yeah. If anyone's wondering why Saris has been quiet, cat.
Ah. Meow meow meow.
Meow, meow, meow.
Hakka thinking about, right? This guy has left me on red for years. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's Hakka got
As-
the abridged Ravenloft.
Yep. Yes, you did.
All right, sorry about that.
No, you're
No,
all
you're
good,
good.
babe. I just want to make sure you were okay.
Yep.
There's like a 50% chance it was Kat and a 50% chance your mom. So
Yep. No, I don't know how to tell you this. I was positioned in just the right spot where she decided that my chest was free real estate.
you
Mhm.
leaned
Yeah.
back
Oh,
too
yeah.
far.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, you said your chest, and that's where you're wrong.
By
You're right.
Thomas Machine.
And so like where my mic is in relationship to where I am, it wasn't like a problem because like everyone else was having their dream sequences, so I was just like, yeah, we're just gonna hang out here until it's time. And then you guys were like, are you here? And I was like, shit. I should at least tell them that I am here while I try to get this lady off of me.
This is no longer a game, this is a hostage situation.
No, it's a little too dark.
So I apologize. Thank you for your patience.
No, that's a little too bright. No, we are all good. We are all good, I think.
Are we though?
Well, no, but we are all in character as we're coming back into it. Does anyone need any extra time?
I'm good to go.
In that case, then you all begin to rouse yourself. Kazador, your visions quickly flash between the last thing that had happened, you being consumed by the serpent, the knowledge and everything. A few flashes happen right before you wake up. You see a flash of a emaciated looking individual with one eye and one hand. And you see a flash of a tall, large, broad-shouldered individual with a mask that very distinctly resembles the Lady of Pain. Before waking up. And all of you, as well, in your own rooms, do so, one by one, sitting up.
Could Hakka, because he was first to sleep, I guess, could I have gotten up earlier just a bit? And if I go outside, I'm in Sigil, right? Like, even though this is... Okay. Is there like a bench I could just sit out on and just think?
Yeah, I mean, there's the kind of like living room area. There's the upstairs where I believe Xoruk and Vex were sleeping. There's a you could ask Frost as well and see if she has a spot for you, but there's like there's a chair in your room.
Yeah.
When you wake up, the chair that you broke is fixed and you can just like
that's
sit
fun.
and look out the window.
Yeah. You know what? If I look out the window, is it just Sigil?
No, it's not. If you look out the window, it's Lonelywood.
Hakka would just hang there until somebody gets him.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever everybody else does, like, do it.
In that case, actually the first thing that the Rod would do once it starts to settle in the dream from last night, because they are used to have Marsh around, they would look for it and remember that it's on Hakka's room.
Mm-hmm.
So Rod will grab their stuff, put the ropes back in, and start walking outside. Very hesitantly, still, again, digesting everything that went down.
Yeah, I imagine everyone kind of is at the moment. But,
And
yeah, if you knock on Hakka's room, I assume?
yep.
No response.
Is anyone here?
You hear the like squeaky toy sounds of Marsh moving, and then a kind of like shuffle sound, and then you hear the door kind of click latch, and the door swings open with Marsh hanging on the handle.
Good morning, little guy.
Kind of drop to the floor, wave.
Oh, are you okay, Hakka?
like you snap Hakka out of. He was just spacing out, and he snaps back and looks at you. He almost pulls out his like spear to start like swinging.
In reaction, Rod will jump a little bit and grab their stuff and put it in front of them. What?
Rot, I'm sorry. I see it's morning. And Hakka just his head trails to the window again. A beautiful morning. I hate that it's a beautiful morning. And Hakka would begin to approach the door.
Rod wouldn't move to give you space, but still looking at you kind of puzzled.
Oh yeah.
You-
Oh yeah. Hakka looks like he did not get that well of sleep. There's noticeable bags under his eyes. The scales are a little less saturated. He's not looking great.
You don't look well at all.
Gather the others. I sense we have a lot to talk about.
I will. Rod will grab
you.
Marsh. Still look a little. Look as Hakka goes away, out of concern before going to the other rooms. I do know that Xoruk and Vex are upstairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unless, and I can really quickly say, would Xoruk and Vex, y'all would have slept upstairs?
I think Xoruk would have probably been laying down from his meditative position in front of the fire. I don't know where Vex would have been. I'd imagine the bed because it is comfortable, or the couch.
Yeah, one of the two spots.
The couch would be closer to Xoruk, so if the two of you were like hanging out near each other, Xoruk would have probably meditated and you could have fell asleep on the couch, or you could have just gone to the bed. It's not that far away.
Yeah.
Vex would have known. Xoruk feels much more comfortable on really like sturdy surfaces living on a ship, and growing up in Limbo, he's probably just going to sleep on the floor.
First, I'm going to go
so
to. Yeah. Rod would knock at Kazador's door. After all, we were the last two to leave, so we pretty much know where everyone was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kazador?
Yes. From behind the door, it sounds like the sudden announcement just caught him off guard, and he moves to the door, and he looks like he's finished putting on his clothes.
Mm-hmm. Are you okay? Rod has not opened the door yet. They will not go unless just...
I traumatized you. Oh no.
I'm fine.
There's
yes. Is something the matter?
Apparently, Hakka seems very perturbed about something. I did not get the best night of sleep either. I wonder if it's related somehow. But Hakka seems to want to talk about it.
Yes, I think we were told that the dreams of people who sleep in this particular establishment can be intriguing. Kazador will... He'll open the door at this point.
How does Kazador look as far as expression?
As far as expression, he looks like he's got a lot on his mind. In terms of physicality, though, there are a number of small but significant changes.
Oh boy.
The white scale patterns on his face, rather than being this sort of like, you know, just somewhat like glossy, icy white, have gone completely stark and look as if they are polished porcelain now.
That's fucking
As well, He's got these like draconic slitted pupils, but behind those you see what looks like a set of hands of a clock slowly ticking away, as it looks like he's got almost like 2 or 3 different pupils that are sort of rotating almost. It's almost exactly like the hands of a clock.
Mhm. You look different.
Do I now? Oh,
A little bit.
suppose I feel a little bit different. But we can discuss that in a moment. We should gather the
Right.
others.
Yes, I will.
He nods, and we'll start to file out.
Rod looks at Marsh. I don't think Xoruk likes Marsh very much. Would you mind putting an eye on them as I go?
Yes, of course.
Looks at Marsh. You behave.
Marsh shakes their head at you.
Kazador's eyes will linger on Marsh over long.
Marsh will follow you and kind of just look up at you.
Kazador will begin just making his way towards the upper level, towards his old room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that where we're meeting?
Well, he was told to go get Xoruk, so...
Oh, okay. If you pass by Hakka, he is just pacing in front of the fireplace.
Something the matter, old friend?
He turns to you and... oh, what do I even describe this expression? Hakka looks like he's on the verge of an anxiety attack. It's this manic, sad, like he has to keep both hands on the wheel because he's going 150 miles an hour and he can't lose control. He can't afford to.
Banemaw.
Yes. Yes, yeah.
Whatever it is, you know we can handle it.
He shakes his head. I'll explain later. Get the others.
Suppose you will.
Marsh
Getting
actually
up,
stays behind with Hakka and just kind of like
Tries
walks
to
up behind
console him.
He literally is just like puts a hand on the back of your like shin, just like, it's okay, bud.
It is not okay.
I mean, they don't actually say anything.
I know.
Getting upstairs, is there a door or just...
It's just stairs going up.
When Rod is getting close to the top of the stairs, before having any visuals, they would just say, excuse me, can I come in?
Yes, of course, Ron.
Okay, how are you?
I've certainly been worse. Rot will have noticed that his braid that he had that was very long has now been cut. And while he usually takes his mornings to shave his chin and where his mustache would grow, he's just kind of letting it grow today. Of course, kind of standing up and doing a stretch. Vex, you like?
You see Vex sitting upright on the couch, hands, shall we say, steepled, placed in front of their face, and they seem to be staring into the floor.
Give us a minute, I suppose, Rot. Is there any pressing concerns?
Seems to
think
be
this-
very intent on discussing something with the rest of us, but I believe everyone had that uneasy night.
We'll be down in a moment, Rot. Thanks for letting us know.
Yes, of course, I will let them know that you're coming.
You'll nod.
And Rod nods, gives a worried look towards Vex, but they leave.
And Xoruk, without saying another word to Vex, will go to the stove and prepare some tea for Vex using the special tea set.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh.
When you like look around and you like find some like tea and some cups like that are like nearby, probably in this little cupboard over here, there's actually a little container of looks like tea that's from this place. It says it's called plum leaf. It just says plum leaf tea on it. And you're welcome to make some of that if you'd like.
After taking a few minutes to brew it, let it steep, and then once it's nice, he'll move over with a cup of sugar as well on the side and kind of place it on the small table in front of Vex on the couch.
Making tea with the plum leaf tea for the two of you who have it. Both of you get 7 temp HP for the day.
Hey,
I'll take it.
thank you.
Rough night last night.
Vex is going to look up at you and is going to say one word. Melolores.
What about him?
He was there. I saw him.
Where?
Outside. That's a great question. Boarding a Githyanki vessel outside of a facility that was housing someone that I hold dear who seems to be just short of clinging to life. Do you remember the only other person still standing after we dispatched of the Count? Lysander?
Aye.
That is who was held up in the cell that I saw. This would not be the first time that I have seen a vision of him. This time, though, worse. Far worse for wear. And
Please. Good.
surrounded by those speaking infernal. I have no doubt they are fiendish beings, which feels a little too convenient, if I might be so bold.
Vex, do me a favor. Take a breath. Drink some tea. Feel your toes. Let that feeling course through your body and realize that you are here now. I don't know where we are meant to end up in the future, at least yet. But I am certain that if Morelleraz or whatever other fiendish company that they would keep would be in our way, well, they're already owed Paladin's hammer, as it were.
Quite. Rest assured, I'm grounded. I'm here. I'm present. If you're wondering why I look so pensive this morning, well, I feel it's only natural for you and for everybody else to have a reasonable explanation. After all, if this is where our path lies, then wouldn't it be fair for everyone to know of our destination?
I suppose there's wisdom in that. Vex would also notice Xoruk is doing something he doesn't usually do. He is smiling a lot.
That is
Who are you?
I'm gonna incite that. If you'll let
He's
me.
also it's fine. He's also not ritualistically doing his shaving or upkeep of his hair. It's just kind of very short and just down as to where it was it usually is.
They're making a face a little bit. They're squinting hard. Their neutral expression sort of tilts down a little bit in suspicion. Yeah, I'm gonna insight. 22! Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Vex,
Xoruk, you take that away. What is Xoruk?
Vex
What does
is-
Vex read?
Vex is certain that something happened to Xoruk last night that very much changed his perspective on things.
All right, enough about me. Are you gonna save it for the rest of everyone else, or are you going to tell me what you got to witness?
I'm not certain. It seems like everyone's had strange dreams here, but it seems more prudent than that. I've had dreams before, and I know how they feel like. I tend to find myself lucidly moving from one thought to another, but this was different. For me, I did not dream or have a vision. I projected to another realm. The kind of meditation that takes centuries for my people to be able to do. And it's done. I'm not certain how I did it, but I did. I'm certain.
I have reason to believe that between your personal ability and the catalyst that might be this inn, that doesn't seem unreasonable to me.
I think I found myself in the realms of the spirits, where those who don't quite fit in tend to hide or find refuge. A fitting place, I suppose, for me to project towards if I was going to project anywhere, but more than that, I found someone I've been looking for a long time. They called themselves Zon. My people worship him as Zerthamon. The first Githzerai, really. I had a long conversation with him. We exchanged perspectives, and I now more clearly see my future that I need to define for myself.
That makes sense. But if I may be so bold, is that part of the reason why you haven't? And then they'll just kind of gesture to the physicality.
Oh, it hardly seems necessary now. I'm not certain why. And that excites me.
Fair enough. Well, they're going to take a sip of their tea, but after doing so, do you think you're ready to face whatever's ahead? I don't want to keep them waiting too long. Or do you still need some time?
He's gonna stand up, almost floating off the ground, kind of stand next to Vex, and offer a hand up to help them up.
They take it.
It's a very tender and warm gesture that Vex, with the natural 20, is not used to sort of giving very frequently. I'm more ready now than I've ever been.
They will. They don't. I don't remember if I took it. I don't think I have it. 2 seconds. Yeah, I don't have it. Otherwise, I would do it. They're going to very carefully clean the tea cup that you handed them and hand it back to you. I appreciate the gesture. It means a lot.
No, it's no gesture. Tea between friends. Always a good start to the morning, don't you agree?
Certainly.
Now, let's go see what our captain's up to.
And the two of them will leave.
I think as you two head down, you would catch Kazador and Rot passing each other. Go ahead, take it away, Rot.
Well, not just saying that since what was coming back, they look at Kazador. Xoruk and Dex want to talk about something first, but they will meet with us right away.
Very well. Suppose all we can do is wait for them then.
Rod nods.
And thus they appear?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
we'll
I
just
would-
be up the stairs.
Oh, that was
They
quick.
went.
One by one, you all make your way into the living room. It's the kind of thing where, like, right before Hakka starts talking, Frost would come and be like, "Oh, sorry. I'm just setting. I'm just gonna just stirs the like cauldron with food in it. Okay, I'm leaving. Sorry, bye." And then you guys.
Hakka doesn't even notice them. He's just pacing.
And you guys have the room to yourself.
It takes a minute, but Hakka does kind of notice everybody, and he just kind of coldly looks at all of them, his party, his closest comrades in this moment, and he just kind of blurts out, "We need to make killing the follower our top priority."
Certainly a way to start morning conversation. Are you certainly alright, Hakka?
I should start at the beginning then. With the magics of these little ones. And gestures to the marshes.
Speaking of, did the second one come back?
Did the second one come back?
The second one did not come back. You are currently hanging out with
Oh.
Rot Marsh. Sigil Marsh is nowhere to be seen.
Oh no.
Oh no, we're still missing that. Oh, damn it. It started with a solar. Had a shattered halo that they wore like a necklace. I assume their own. They preached about accepting anybody, no matter what history or background. This cult would love you, would take you in. This Solar complained about the balance of the planes and the endless battles. The souls being enslaved to beings and gods that there was no escape. To come together, a single unified whole. If there's one thing I know about cults, they take advantage of the downtrodden, the gullible, the weak-willed, and even the curious. Above all else, a cult seeks control. And then, after this, Solar spoke. The follower came next. It prayed about changing the order of the universe. That the only one they could trust is each other, and only as a whole, as one. And then and Hakka pauses. His hands are trembling, and you don't know if it's fear or anger or both. They said that they claimed to occupy her perspective, and by her will, he resisted. And the Lady of Pain herself appeared. Kazador. Oral is nothing compared to this. I have never ever witnessed such power. The follower just lolled back his head, his arms outstretched, and the lady killed hundreds of people, disappearing them, shredding them to ribbons, flaying them to pieces. Animal attacks are unbiased. They're just... Even mortals and gods have reasons. There was no reason. There was nothing there but pain. The confusion. Listening to hundreds of people scream at once. Would you believe me? If I've been there before. I hear them, those screams. In those quiet moments. Those beautiful mornings. A tranquil river. All I see are screaming undead faces. There was a massacre right in Sigil, and I don't care if the follower has delusions of narcissism or he's pulling on the strings of reality. He must be stopped. How many lives have they shattered? How many hearts have they broken? How many fathers and mothers will never see their sons or daughters again?
With respect, Hakka.
He looks to you, seeming to be done, but yeah.
He'll move over. Does it look like he still has more to say?
No, he's done.
He'll kind of kneel down. Xoruk will kneel down and kind of offer his hands to hold Hakka's to try and keep them from trembling.
He would accept.
And tear rolling down Zorik's face. I can't know your pain, but I do hear what you have shared. I have hurt in ways that you have hurt. Please, you've done right. You've shared this burden, rather than letting it consume you like so many others. I don't know what this follower is, but I am certain if anyone's going to have a way to stop them, it's going to be the Homewreckers. You'll look towards Kazador.
Kazador
We
is...
can't stop the Lady of Pain, but we can stop the follower.
From my understanding, if it may be so bold of me to say, those who understand and respect the Lady of Pain do not find pain within her reach. This to me sounds like someone utilizing their standing and are manipulating circumstances in order to create, well, bloodshed. I don't necessarily think the Lady of Pain should be our aims. More so, we should keep ourselves mindful of the way that she interacts and the way that she exists on this plane. And do well not to cross paths, not in that sort of sense.
Of course, Vex, you have the right of it. Lady of Pain is nothing more than a tidal wave, a hurricane that sets balance to Sigil, the many doors that exist here. What kind of balance to be defined and how it comes across is unknowable to us.
I might have misspoke. Let me be abundantly clear. I do not want to fight the Lady of Pain. What I witnessed that night was a force of reality, just operating like gravity. But at the center of it all was that madman.
I understand.
You want us to go there?
I don't know if I could talk them down. I don't even know where to find them. But they are waging war on us all. Yes, Kazador?
There is much and more about this whole scenario that we simply do not know. For all we know, your vision could very well be an elaborate ruse. We've not set foot outside of this building.
It wasn't a dream.
I know. I'm saying what you've seen may in fact not be the Lady of Pain. Could be a facsimile of her power. Could be something entirely different. It could very well be the Lady of Pain. But for the moment, we know very little about this. But we're going to change that. All of us. Change.
We have no lead other than the place where this happened. We could start from there.
I'm worried.
Do you think you could lead us to this massacre site?
I think I could.
Kazador stands up and looks around the room to see if everyone's ready.
This is a matter of great importance, and we will handle it as such, Hakka, of course, but it would seem all of us had experiences last night.
Yeah, Kazador, as he's looking around the room, Kazador will, notice Xoruk without the ponytail and just raises an eyebrow.
And when Xoruk does that, he's looking directly at the changes in Kazador as well.
The two of you make eye contact with each other like, what the fuck's up with you?
Yeah.
This establishment is quite strange.
Indeed. But for better and for worse, I believe it showed us what we needed to see.
I hope so.
How about you, Rock? Any galaxy-shattering revelations you encountered last night?
It kind of looks down and twiddles their fingers while holding the staff. I don't know. I'm not sure of what I saw.
It is more of an answer than you may know. Vex. From everything you've told me of your dream, I believe that only further coincides our movement later on forward. But it's hardly a place for me to tell your story.
I would totally agree with that. And Vex is going to look specifically at Kazador. I mentioned to you before of the possibility of where this danger from the bounty lies, and while I don't know necessarily that these lines are thoroughly connected, I think it's too easy for it to be a mere coincidence of what I witnessed. In short, there's an individual from the previous party that I used to survive with by the name of Lysander. This individual I noted in a different vision, held up, clearly being tortured, though I did not know where. Last night, I visited him in his cell, ethereally. And while I did not get a full lay of the land in terms of where he's being held, I did get an idea of what his current state is, and also a bit of an idea of who may or may not be involved in his capture, his containment, and his torture. It feels a little too convenient how much I was hearing of Infernal, and the fiendish varieties of which I was noting about the place. There's also a particular character, though Vex will now look to Xoruk. I don't know.
He'll nod like, go
exactly-
ahead.
Okay. Well, there's a particular character of which is very much intertwined with his, shall we say, story. And said individual made an appearance, took off from the site in a Githyanki vessel. I only have reason to believe that somehow this is all interconnected with our venturing towards perhaps the hills, and again, it's a little too convenient, so I have reason to suspect it might have something to do with the bounty.
Regardless of all the information we've received from all of us, it does seem that the hills are going to be our destination at some point. But I suppose that can wait if Hakka's understandable needs for answers, and since we're already here on Sigil, prove more fruitful.
I'm sorry.
No,
I don't
it is
want any more people to die.
I
There's nothing to be
think you have
sorry
any
for.
reason. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nope, I was going to say the exact same thing. I don't think you have anything to be sorry for.
I merely mean to make the captain aware of all of the pressing matters that are needed to be acted upon. But if there's nothing else to share, then I suppose, Hakka, if you would lead the way. On your order, of course, Captain.
Take us there, Mr. Banemaw.
I will say that Hakka you would notice it, Vex. Like, Hakka has a manic, look. Like, throughout this entire time, he's been looking left, right, all up, down, all over the place.
Mhm.
You catch him multiple times. He stares, for long periods at the amulet, if it's visible on your person.
I would say it's not, but if his eye is going towards where he would know it's being worn,
Yes.
they would note something the matter.
Just looks to the group. We all had projections, dreams, yes.
Xoruk will nod.
After my scrying of the follower, sleep and dreams did not find me well, but it did eventually find me. That artifact, it has weight with what a family member of mine has. It seems our fates are intertwined.
How so?
Well then.
I saw everything, right, Leah, of the campaign of Ravenloft.
Oh
essentially?
yeah. Basically,
Well.
anything that you saw, Raycool, just Raycool. So Raycool's
Okay.
story specifically.
Okay, but
100
still,
bottles of you inspire. Damn.
all the people present.
Yep. Yeah.
My son-in-law, who I married to my son, myself. He's in a plane shrouded by mist, and one of his companions. And Hakka would point at where he thinks the amulet is. They get a hold of it.
The amulet of Ravenkind. The holy symbol.
If that is what it is called, yes.
Fascinating.
But Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you kind of see them like chew on their bottom lip for a little bit at the implication of that.
Yeah. I try to do right by my son. It's why I married him to that slippery little eel. But I never got the chance to even mourn my father. 'Cause how could I? In one moment he was my father, and the next day he was a monster. And here I am, trying to make a better world for my son, but am I a monster for being so far away? For not being present for my son? Here I am trying to make the world safe, but I'm not there. My son is some distant stranger.
Will you allow Vex to approach Hakka
Yes.
and offer a comforting hand?
Yes.
They're going to take his hands and offer
Hakka is
three gentle
spiraling,
squeeze.
dude.
Yep.
What does Vex say?
They're gonna wait a second. They're gonna wait for just a moment. Hakka,
Yes.
I may not be able to speak for your family, for your son. But in my personal experience, distance has not always been an indicator of neglect. People sometimes are taken away. Sometimes they make choices to go and do things. As I have done many. So have you. So have we all. And they're gonna gesture to the entire party. Every single one of us is not from where we once came. That doesn't mean that we don't care for the people that were there. You've informed me that there's an entire probability that I will never see my family again, and that does not mean that I meant to neglect them. It was not my fault. I will not take responsibility for that. And for you, I can only imagine you're doing what you feel is right. Take comfort in knowing that your family still thinks and cares about you just as much as that you do them. And if I may, you might find that at the end of all this, you'll have the opportunity to tell them yourself. Keep hold of that. And dare I say, make it a challenge. I challenge you, Hakka Banemaw, to tell your son how much you care about him when this is all said and done.
Hakka takes his helmet off and just looks at you. And there is every emotion going back and forth. Triumph in his eyes, worry in his heart, sadness at what things are, but joy in what they could be. You had no idea that a lizard folk could express that much. And he sighs. He puts his helmet back on.
With respect, Hakka,
Mm-hmm.
all we can do is our best. It's all can be expected of us. And in my short time of knowing you, I've never known you to half-ass anything. He'll smile towards you.
Especially when it comes to barking up trees that you really shouldn't be.
I can't help myself sometimes.
At the captain's orders. Why don't you get us into some trouble, eh?
Come then.
Let's go hunting.
Let's go fight
And
against our
Hakka would-
fates once more.
Before you take off, Hakka, Vex is gonna give you a side hug. Just a quick squeeze.
Oh yeah. It can be a full hug. It like
Sure, a full hug.
Yeah.
Full hug. Big squeeze.
And his arms are not as big as yours, but it will still be a hug back.
What's your strength score?
Hakka's relatively strong for a cleric. He's a 16 strength.
Okay,
No
cool. So
faith.
we got the same strength. So there's just
Oh my
like
God.
it's just like bone cracking against both of them.
As for
Thank you. I've had that kink in my back since Icewind Dale.
as we're gonna leave, one small thing with the rod, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
But we'll all wait till we leave. Or about to.
You have the floor.
I'm assuming we're all gathering to leave outside.
Yeah,
the
I was
front
going to say, do you want to do this like as you guys are leaving the building? Like,
Xoruk
sure.
is specifically, as we're all leaving, Xoruk's specifically going to pull Rot back to have just a quick aside with him.
Yeah, there's going to be, and then I'm going to do this now to give you that, is as you guys are walking down the hallway, Frost would kind of hop across the counter and kind of jog towards you all. Hey, it couldn't help but overhear some intense voices, and sounds like you all are heading out. Just wanted to make sure everyone's okay, and I just had a few gifts for you all. Sounds like you're doing something important, and I'm not going to be using them anymore, so she's gonna walk back to the table, and she it's like carrying a bowl, but it's actually just like a big ass like round basin almost with a bunch of things in it. But she's like, all right, oh god, I don't know who to give what to. Who wants a hat?
I think the only one without a hat is
Yeah.
Xoruk.
Zarek, here you go. Whoop, throws a hat towards you. Okay, this one's for Vex, so I'm gonna give that one last. Hakka, here you go. This is my dad's cloak. It'll keep you warm. That's about. I know you're already in winter clothing. Just hold on to it, and she'll hold it out to you.
Very well.
Hey there, fella. You're Rot,
dear.
I think I overheard. Oh, hey dear. I think your name is. I hope this'll maybe do something. It's my old walking stick. It's nothing special, but it should get you through some stuff. If you noticed, you just have a stick there, so maybe this'll do it for you. It's maybe a little short, but might help. And holds out a rod with just a fuck ton of flowers on it.
That is for Rod.
Mm-hmm.
Rod will look at their stuff. Look at the one being offered, and the stuff doesn't really have like any significance. It's a piece of the drift, like driftwood. Sure. I guess you can give this one some use, and no, actually, bad idea for the fireplace. It's going to stink the place. I will dispose of it, and takes the flowery one. Thank you.
That is, by the way, a staff of flowers.
Oh, very nice.
It's a common magic item, nothing special. For you, Hakka, you were given a cloak of billowing.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Hell yeah.
Yes! Fuck yeah! Best item in the fucking game!
It is it is absolutely one of the best items in the game.
Bonus section, you can look very cool.
You'll look like you'll use this pretty cleverly, so and tosses you a little bell, Kazador. It's got a lot of the charges already used. I think it has 3 to 5 left. I'm not sure the number, but you can use that to unlock things.
Oh, I see.
And
Thank you.
Lastly, but of course, yeah. I mean, I'm not using any of these anymore. These just sitting gathering dust. But Vex, this is for you. And she kind of holds out the basin towards you. It's literally just like it has cloth over it and it's a big round thing.
They take it. I'm assuming with both hands.
Mm-hmm. It's heavy, weighty, and she grabs the like cloak over the top and pulls it to reveal what's underneath, which is a huge ass round shield. Like if she was wielding it, she would be able to hide behind the whole thing. It's obviously clearly not sized for her, but a big fuck off round shield. It is made of kind of dark lacquered wood with a symbol of a silver moon in the center of it and a ring of metal around the outside that's kind of dented and looks well worn. Very, very broken down leather straps on the inside to hold on to, but she hands you a very hefty looking shield.
Oh, wow. This is certainly a wielder of stories. I'm honored. Thank you.
Yeah, it's my old one. I'm not going to use it again, so I hope you make good use of it.
I'm sure I will. Thank you.
Xoruk, don't lose that fucking hat.
I guess I won't.
All right, y'all take care now. I gotta go clean up some rooms. She walks past you all. Xoruk, yeah, go ahead.
You first.
I was just gonna say, Xoruk, you kind of look down at the hat, and it's a fez. Just out of character, it's a little fez, like a little red fez with a golden tassel on it, and it has like a weight to it that you would not expect.
Zorg will put it in his satchel for now, not certain what it's meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
As everyone's leaving the front door, Zork will kind of pull Rot's shoulder for just a moment to kind of keep him back as everyone's leaving.
You will start with them a little, but they will look at you. Yes?
You know, from the moment I met you, I had more questions than answers about what you are, what your purpose is. And the more I spend time around you, the more questions I get, less answers I receive. At first, this put me at suspicion, especially because you were brought onto the ship without proving your merit. But you saved my life, and I've been meaning to thank you for that.
You have nothing to thank us for. You were in trouble. Of course we were going to help you.
No, I misjudged you. And I'm going to listen and to watch your every movement. Not because I suspect you further, but because when I ask you questions about who you are and what you want, where you're going, what you saw in your dreams, you can never give me a solid answer. Allow me to repay you saving my life, trying to help you define what that is. If you don't know what you're going through, or where you're meant to be, I will try to help you look.
I'm not even sure if I want to know. Back at home, I was denied an answer, but now, getting out, in the past few days, everyone seems to have a different one, and everyone wants to tell me. Now I don't even know if I want to know, because everyone is telling me something different. Everyone is telling me what I am. For once, I guess I just want to be rot.
That is more wise than you might know. But regardless of what others say, you are part of this crew. Yeah?
Yes, for as long as you have me.
Then that's something that you are. He'll offer a handshake.
Rod will open the handbag.
So I'm Xoruk of Shra'kt'lor. And you are?
I am Rod from Blackmore.
Then let's start today on a better foot, yeah?
I think that's a good thing. Yes.
Good. We're going to need to catch up. He'll smile and start moving rather quickly back towards the group with Rot.
Rod will catch up with the rest as well.
And as you catch back up with the group, one by one, exiting the doors of the Sullen Moon Tavern and into the city of Sigil, with many new leads, thoughts, mysteries, but also some clear direction on where to go. That's where we're going to pick up next time.
Oh,
Right.
We did it.
You know, I did.
We
had
traumatized Thero.
We had fever dreams.
Hakka was already traumatized. He just hadn't had it triggered in a while. So
We did it. We had therapy.
eh. I'm also surprised that like Hakka, because I came up initially with just like we need to make it our top priority, and I was ready for the group to be like, let's make it like our third priority, and Hakka would have been like, oh okay, but sad, but no, I'm actually I'm happy. I'm happy.
Of course.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Hell
Ah.
yeah. We're
Fucking
going to get
hell,
back into
dude.
the thick of it next time, but thank
Oh,
y'all for
yeah.
being here. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Darky. A hero point for everyone for the dream sequence and all of you
Hell
engaging really super
yeah.
well with it. Great job, everyone. Thank you all for being here and bearing with me while we cook this story a little bit harder.
I've got quite the stockpile now.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Joseph Classes.
Oh yeah.
When your name's in the title, then you can have 2 subclasses.
It's my guide to the cosmos, thank you.
After all, why
Point
shouldn't
at Rod,
you?
haha, you're the only one without a special ability. Everyone else has cool weapons or armor now, and you don't. JK, I got you. I'm cooking.
I've got plenty to do with my bonus action now.
Hell yeah.
Well, goodness.
Thank
Thank
you,
you all.
Leah.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you, Leah, for running.
This has been an interesting session to be sure. But for now, let's go around the horn and de-introduce ourselves. Starting with TheropodArt.
Hi, hello. I'm TheropodArt, and I'm regretting giving my character a really guttural, throaty voice, but here we are. Y'all know where to find me: Tumblr, Blue Sky for Affinity, Twitch, all TheropodArt, Lizard Fun Bags if you want to see the naughty stuff. Commissions are closed because life be fucking crazy right now, but things are getting better. I'm slowly getting back into more art and streaming and shit. Hey, hello. I got a lizard that needs some medicine. So here's a funny little link if you want to help with that. Other than that, if you liked this, we do the same shit on Tuesdays. Same bad time, same bad place. With Vecna, Eve of Ruin. It draws near. Yeah. That's it, that's
true.
me.
Up next, we've got XanillisGrimm.
Whoa, that's me. You can catch me over my Blue Sky at XanillisGrimm, where I post literally everything that I do. It's all TTRPG content all the way down. So if that piques your interest, you can go find me there. That's it for me for now.
Excellent. Excellent. Up next, we've got Tixdixl.
Hello. You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixl. Monday, we're over at Leah's playing Deltarune. And then every other Sunday, we're over at Burnout Vaughn's channel for some more of Those Who Wander. That's pretty much all I've got going on right now.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, we've got Citric King.
Hi, hello, I'm Citric. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Citric King, everywhere being mainly Blue Sky, then stuff like Tumblr, Instagram, or Twitter if you want to see a dead account. Not much going on my front right now because just getting stuff out of my desk, but always will keep an eye out for whenever I do something. So yeah, that is pretty much me.
Alrighty. And we couldn't do this without our wonderful GM, Amusing Thalia.
Hi, I'm here, and I do this on Fridays. I think on my channel at Amusing Thalia on Mondays. I'm on Burnout Bound's channel every other Sunday. I've got another thing cooking for Thursdays. That's going to be on another channel. That's me. And you can find me giving Connor even more sorcery subclasses here next time, like
Oh, hell
Beard
yeah.
Sorcery. That'll be the subclass he's getting next.
that 3 subclasses, including Beard Sorcery.
Whoa.
Damn, I should make a
Damn.
Beard Sorcery, like
Too
Sorcerer's
powerful.
Bloodline.
Your sorcery
powerful.
subclass would be really good.
I imagine it comes from like the god of dwarves.
Yeah, it's a
bloody-
dwarf subclass.
By the beard of
Absolutely.
Moradin.
Yep.
That
but
has to
yes.
be the like capstone feature is Beard of Moradin.
The question is, like, would you get Beard Sorcery to sponsor that subclass? The official Beard Sorcery.
you have a-
maybe.
The capstone
Wait.
feature.
Are you saying that it's not? Are you saying it's not true sorcery? It's a warlock subclass. All right, I'm out.
The capstone feature, you have immunity to damage as long as your beard is facing the source of damage.
Shield that blocks everything.
Yep.
It's the
Amazing.
equivalent of like holding your arms in front of an X in front of your face to block all beams, like a DBZ.
Yeah.
Incredible. But yes, Beard Sorcery. Use code DistortionDevil and you can save 10% when you shop online, just like you can when you shop at Bones Coffee Company for delicious varietals of coffee, including but not limited to their Better Brain Mushroom Coffee, which I've been enjoying. Head on over to... Sorry, I just had to squeeze the bag. That coffee smell is so good. And you too can smell a smell that smells smelly if you check out Bones Coffee. Use code DistortionDevil and you can save 10% when you shop online. And with that, we gotta find someone to raid. I'll be booting the stream back up shortly after we go off here. I'm gonna be setting up for Jackbox. But yes.
I see Fringe, I see Bracky, I see Farting Tart.
I see Monty and Zito. We're spoiled for choice.
Let's go ahead and raid Fringe.
Yeah.
Fringo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What should our raid message be?
Oh god.
All the subclasses.
How come DM lets you have 2 subclasses?
Get that shit in there.
No skins. Alright. Take care, everybody. I'll see you in just a bit here. But for now, take care and have a goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.